method, and we're talking about no-till, we're turning over and planting. That's pretty much the same thing, because we're going to prepare to plant, and using that with trying to reduce tillage. So the question is going to be on what are you planting and how are you planting it, because that's really what makes the difference. So, right, are you using a seeder? Are you hand transplanting? Are you using a paper pot? Because all of those require different levels of bed preparation. For something like a seeder, right, you have like your pinpoint seeder, like a 4-row or a 6-row seeder. Those require a much more smooth bed with a lot less of big material in it, like big chunks of stuff that's going to get in the way, than if you're using a jang seeder, which can kind of plow through that stuff. And the same is true for a paper pot seeder, right? As long as there's no rocks in the bed, it's going to go through chunks of compost and stuff like that. Roots and things like that will get in the way of a paper pot seeder, depending on how deep they are. If you're transplanting, just hand transplanting where you're sticking the plant in the soil, really doesn't matter, even if it doesn't matter if it's a smooth bed or not. So all of that is going to affect what you're going to do, right? So here's just some examples. Here's, hand transplanted dandelion greens, right? So for this bed, just put some amendments on it and some compost, and then we're planting. There's nothing to do. You don't need a tilther. You don't even need a rake. There's nothing, right? But when you're doing something like this, there's some things you need to consider, right? Because if you're putting down amendments, you've got to make sure that you're not putting them down in just lumps, that you're spreading it evenly, right? So that's another question you're asking is, okay, besides what you're planting and how you're planting, is what amendments are you putting down and how are you putting them down, right? Because if you're adding, let's say, some fertilizer, if you're getting those things down very even, then you don't have to worry about using a rake or a tilther to kind of get them so they're evenly across the bed. Because if they're not even, right, so if you put it in lines, like, let's say you put fertilizer down, you chuck it in lines, and it's thicker in these lines across the bed, what will happen is you'll get uneven growth, and it will go like this, right? Where the fertilizer was, it'll grow big, and where it wasn't, it will grow smaller. So it is important to get that fertilizer even. So if you're putting it down in a way where it is even, then you don't have to worry about coming in and making sure that it's evenly dispersed across the bed. If it's not evenly dispersed, then you want to take the time, using either a tilther or a rake to come in and quickly go across the soil and get that even, right? So even if it's not going to affect the plant that you're planting because you're hand transplanting, it's going to affect the growth if you don't have your fertilizer even. So that's something to think about. And with this method, when when you're talking about preparing it, when you're turning it over, if this was something that has roots or root stumps or anything like that in there, it's not going to make any difference to this. What is going to make a difference is you can't just do this on top of a crop. So if you had arugula here, you can't just leave the arugula there, put the fertilizer down, put compost down, and expect that not to come growing through. The same is true of weeds, right? You can put, 2 inches, 3 inches of compost down. It's not really going to kill all the weeds. The weeds are just going to come up through it, and they're actually going to be stronger and harder to get rid of.